let's get it started. Welcome to week 2 of FCS 360. Still being recorded by Jox, which is very kind of her. So shout out to Jox for that one.
A quick shout out to women.
Yes.
Shout out women.
Good job, women.
Yeah, shout out women.
I think we're gonna try to keep it a little bit shorter tonight. Our first one obviously went pretty long, and then just sort of devolved into comedy. Then I try to this one to do too. So
we could just say shout out women for like half an hour.
Yeah, we could. I feel like
we could.
YouTube would be mad.
Thanking all the women will not make it more likely for you to be stepped on, Cooper. I'm sorry.
Shout out women.
Also, shout out to not Moofish. I'm still bitter that he beat me this week.
Have you tried being good?
Oh,
I did, but unfortunately my kicker blew it.
Should we?
I also blew your kicker. Am I right? All right, let's move on.
No. I want more of a discussion on this game, and I'll mediate.
No, hold on. We'll get there. Because I'm actually what we're going to start off with. I think what I want to start off with tonight is maybe just like a game of the week or 3 from each of you.
A game of the week. All right.
I have a feeling I know where Cooper's going to go with this.
Yeah. Let me think.
I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna start out with one that shocked me. Houston Baptist, Snasty dismantled.
Yeah,
absolutely dismantled Norfolk State.
That was
wild.
That was huge.
35-0. That's big.
I think that's definitely our surprise of the week. I think that pretty much goes without saying.
Yeah.
I think I had 3 games of the week. My first was East Tennessee. 2 of them probably flew under the radar for the most part, but one was East Tennessee State and Wofford, which finished 52-49 to Wofford on a touchdown with 37 seconds left.
Yeah.
So that's correction, a touchdown with 30 seconds left after East Tennessee State scored with 37 seconds left. So that's huge.
That's huge.
That's 52-49. I'm bad at math. Somebody can add up the number of points there. Is that 101? It's 101 combined points.
Yeah, 101. Yes, you're right.
So that's my number 3. My number 2 is actually the aforementioned game between Incarnate Word and Southeast Missouri, and I don't want to talk about it because I'm sad. I'm giving game number 1 to St. Francis and Idaho, though. New coach Idaho rolling in and just kind of running St. Francis away in the fourth quarter. Scored with 9 seconds left. St. Francis scored with 30 seconds left. That game finished 42-38. Another offensive battle, but
another game that went down to the wire. Not mentioning mine is Tarleton State versus North Dakota State. That was a ranked matchup.
Yep, that was a good one too.
Against 2 good coaches, and that one went down to the wire. North Dakota State was driving, but Tarleton State came up with a good stop there to win that game.
Yeah, another good one was Delaware State and Harvard. That one went late, another 30 seconds left touchdown. Harvard couldn't get it back at the end, so
yeah,
got across midfield, but didn't have enough time to finish it out.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking about just pure quality of the game itself, then I'd have to be egotistical and say that UIW SEMA was the best game to start off the week.
That game was simultaneously really good and provided a whole lot of content too.
I mean, the first half is one of the most atrocious games of football I've ever seen, and then the second half, it all of a sudden became it became an early frontrunner for game of the season.
I'd like to give a shout out to our special teams. We went to combined 2 of 7 on field goals as well.
Fun fact:
Yeah.
I used to be known as the best special teams coach out there. What happened? I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to note also the first 5 drives in that game: missed field goal, punt, missed field goal, turnover. That's good stuff.
It is kind of crazy. Yeah, that is crazy.
And then another game that needs to be mentioned is Georgetown single-handedly collapsing the entire Richmond program in week 1.
Yeah, that. But also,
very sad.
but also,
Unfortunately,
yeah, I gotta
we
be sad about Zand leaving though.
Yeah, we're now missing a very legendary coach and a very good person, a very fun person.
Hopefully,
we're gonna miss him,
on
but
bigger and better things. But
yep,
maybe one day he'll be back.
I fully expect him to be back. Honestly,
yeah,
just maybe not soon.
He actually deleted his entire Reddit account, I noticed, looking through the games today. So, hopefully everything's going all right. Yeah, hopefully everything's going all right in his life. He's getting things sorted out, I'm sure. But
yep, just it's just managing priorities, and that's very important.
Gotta do it.
But it is kind of crazy that I know y'all. I guess it isn't that crazy because y'all played each other, but we all were in good games this week.
Yeah,
I made
one. So
Valpo JMU was a pretty good one. I was actually watching as that one finished, but
watch. 10. We did a 10-point. I had a 10-point comeback in like a little over 4 minutes. That was pretty. It
was pretty wild.
I'm pretty proud of that.
And
I was 1 yard short.
Just ran out of time.
1 yard short. I was fourth and goal on the JMU 8, and I got 7 yards, which sucks.
That's just
that sucks. Thing. It's and you know what? That's probably not top 3 losses for me. I've had much like worse heartbreakers, I think.
Pulling out Justice against Flexbone. Flexbone is the worst playbook. I hope everyone plays Flexbone.
Come on.
I mean, it's the best game-wise, but if you use it, you're a loser, and I hate you, and I never want to speak to you ever again.
I proved you can come back with Flexbone. I came back 10 points down.
If you call the good numbers, you'll come back. Imagine that.
Hey, you know what? I like Flexbone. I like to control the game. It's good. I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those chew run. I'm not one of those chew run.
Air raid better is so true.
Air raid is the best playbook, but Legends.
I made the Final Four with it. Plaque won the championship with it. It's the air raid time to shine now.
You guys make me sick.
See, here's the problem. We have to play this way because there's too many people who are like, yeah, Flexbone 5-2 gang and should just get fucking stuffed. And
5-2 is the worst defense.
Yeah, why y'all out here playing 5-2? Get out of here.
Who is playing 5-2?
You know why they're playing 5-2? They're out here playing 5-2 because too many fucking people run Flexbone. That's why.
4-3 is the best defense.
If you're not in a passing playbook running a 4-3 defense, I don't want to talk to you.
Speaking of which, did anyone change my defensive playbook back ever? Because I had the wrong defensive playbook the entire first
question,
week.
Actually, okay. we are going to go do mid-podcast playbook check on Incarnate Word here. Inside information on their game plan.
It's just so scuffed.
They're still in there as 4-3, and I just don't care, but I'll fix it for you. Sorry, Moofish.
No, you know what? Fuck it. Keep it.
Keep it 4-3.
This
one win and
this technically does not count. Actually, wait, no. What the playbook is Harvard? I think they're Flexbone.
Nope. I already closed it. You're stuck with 4-3.
It's alright. I'll just beat Harvard anyway.
Rating people isn't rude. Rating people is a dominant show of force, and people can deal with it. So
I'll just DM Duke in like 30 minutes. to change.
Did you just say I'll just beat Harvard?
But only if Harvard is Flexbone.
Wait a minute.
Yo, Delaware State, you just played Harvard. What's Harvard's playbook? Hold up. I have this game thread up.
I forgot we just talked about games of the week and performances of the week. It didn't talk about Central Connecticut State winning. Oh my god,
that's huge. That's huge.
They beat Columbia.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they beat that was the number 6 overall seed. Oh, holy crap!
I'm calling for an official review on that game because I'm not convinced that CCSU didn't give Naki his account for that game.
Bold of you to assume Naki could beat Harvard.
Columbia.
Yeah, either one, frankly.
I mean, to be fair, didn't Naki literally beat Northern Iowa by like 30 points last
probably
week 1?
And to be fair, sorry Cooper, but I got to give an upvote here. I think we should also note that Naki did beat an Ivy League school this week, but it was Brown, and Brown's going to finish 6-6, so that's kind of unfortunate.
As always.
Yep.
Ignore last season.
Yep. Last season just doesn't exist. History is not how you evaluate things.
Wait, if Josh goes 6-6 this season, does he move to the MAC? Or is that just?
Hold on.
I think if it goes less than 6-6.
It's less than 6-6.
Okay, you're not allowed to be above 500 in the MAC. They're not good enough for that.
We'll talk about that a bit later.
We'll talk about
that a bit later.
That seems like a good segue, though. The MAC went this week.
So the MAC went 1-11.
So that one game was against Richmond.
That has to be literally the worst single week for any conference in history.
That might have to be the worst.
That's got to be the worst.
There's zero chance it's not
for anybody. Shout out to the America East, who I expected to go more like 1-11 and went 8-4 though.
Yeah,
big performance.
So in order, the number 1 conference this week was, amazingly enough, the Colonial, who went 9-3.
9-3.
And keep in mind that their best coach lost, so it was the rest of the conference that picked up the slack.
Yeah. To be fair, though, we should look at some of the teams they played. They played some not great teams. So just some of them.
They played the Dick. Nice.
Yeah, pretty much actually. We have Alcorn State in there. We have EKU in there. Yeah, trash. Dick went 5-9. Thank you.
Yeah, and then the second best conference, I believe, was the Southland, who went 10-6.
Southland was 11-5, weren't they?
No, 10-6, I think. I don't know. Let me check.
4.
Duke posted the final scoreboard. No, 11-5. Yeah. Amazingly, it was actually the Fish Division that did the best. The Fish Division went 7-1. Yeah,
shocking developments.
Although I do think that's because the Moo Division just had the harder opponents. Yeah, I mean Texas Southern lost to Penn.
Yep.
Even if Austin lost to Northern Colorado, who is Palo.
Yep.
And then let's see who else.
If he were here, he would.
Northwestern State lost to NCS, who for 1 week was the number 1 coach in Coach Elo once. That is a genuine fact. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Moofish, if Pelo was here, he would get mad for you. He would get mad because you said Palo. It's Pelo like yellow.
Yeah. I always switch between the two of them. I shouldn't. Because if I met someone in real life named Pelo, I would say Pelo, but
Yeah. Missouri Valley went 8-8. They're not even that good.
Did we go 8-8? No, I think we went worse than 8-8.
Nah, y'all were 8-8. It was just 8-8. It was just not your good schools getting wins.
Yeah,
No offense to your MVC.
Hey, wait, whoa. Some good schools got wins.
Yeah, South Dakota State and Illinois State got them. So those were big.
And Western Illinois won.
Yeah, Western Illinois beat Tennessee Tech.
We have a lot of good schools.
Hold on, we breaking news from the MVC. MVC member admits to beating dicks.
Ooh, we beat a dick.
He did though. He beat Arkansas Pine Bluff. That was also actually a very good game. That could have gone either way at the end, but
another shout out to women. That is indeed a woman.
Yes. The Ivy League went 4-4, pretty average. Your winners in the Ivy League were Princeton, Penn, who actually had a good win over Texas Southern. Dartmouth, who shouldn't have won, but Morehead State just decided to delay a game on final possession, down up 6 points. So that's great. And yes, Morehead State
it was 16-14.
So
that's the day to lose the game.
That's the thing about the Ivy League, is that because it's a double-edged sword being 8 members. If you do above average out of conference, then you're the best conference in the league because you have so few members. They all just beat up on each other. You all get super high comp. If you don't do that well, then all of a sudden you're literally the worst conference in the league without a doubt.
Exactly.
So they definitely want to step it up. They want to continue being, in the running for best conference in the country.
Moving up the running order here, though, the CFC went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. Another 500 conference. It's about what was expected, I think, though.
Yeah, that one's expected.
It feels about right.
Over or under on 3 wins or back. I have to go over. I'm sorry. They have to get at least 4 wins this week, right? They have to. If not, just shut down the conference.
Yeah.
I think I think 3 or 4 is about right.
The fact that we're genuinely saying that unironically.
We can do that. We can do that in a sec.
You could seriously be talking about the MAC being 4-20 through their first 2.
If the MAC averages 3 out of conference wins and out a week, then we just need to get rid of their auto bid.
Yeah. Speaking of weird conferences, the Big Sky went 7-7 with 1 team in the Clouds division losing and 1 team in the Stars division winning. That's impressive.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah, one Big Sky division went huge, and the other one fell on its face horribly. And they weren't some of them just aren't even close games. 38-7, 23-6, 42-13. Oh, and the only winner in the Big Sky Stars division won on delay of games. So that sure is something. Our last conference that we didn't mention here is the A-Sun. A-Sun went 6-8.
Which, I mean, expected.
It's not awful.
It's not the A-Sun of season 4 where they were where they were absolutely the best conference in the country.
Not historical A-Sun by any stretch of the imagination, but
although special shout out to the Blue Blood Bethune-Cookman, who weirdly started the season ranked and are weirdly going to continue to be ranked because they won this week.
Baba best coach.
Yeah.
Bethune-Cookman to glory.
Yep.
Yep.
I want Bethune-Cookman to do well because I'm playing them week 5.
I mean, but Bethune-Cookman wasn't even they were good last season. They made NIT with Poet as their head coach. Mm-hmm. So maybe there's still some Bethune-Cookman magic left.
Yep.
Maybe there is some Bethune-Cookman.
I mean, as much as we all love Poet, I don't think anyone called him winning 8 games last season.
I think people probably thought the A-Sun would have been slightly better.
No, I predicted Poet to win the whole thing.
Well, then I think that just makes you deluded.
Yeah, that Cooper confirmed.
No, I really picked Habes to win the whole thing last year, and that didn't age well.
Oh yeah, and then you had me be the runner-up, which is actually surprisingly good pick in retrospect.
Hey, I did pretty well. I did pretty well with my predictions last season.
A ton of people had me losing in the first playoff game for the third time in a row.
It was gonna end eventually, and I'm always a big UIW believer.
UIW believer.
Average UIW believer.
Yeah. UIW for the rest of the year, and they're out of conference as Harvard, Richmond, and South Dakota. Yeah, they could probably go 3-0 in this.
Wait,
well, they're going to lose to Band.
Because I already played the game. No.
Yeah. I mean, UIW could honestly probably go 11-1 or 12-0 this year, but they'll lose in week 10 because it's what they do. So.
Well, I play Duke then, so I'm going to win because.
Oh, good point. Yeah, you literally can't lose to Duke. It's not.
Yeah. The last 2 seasons in a row that I played top 15 teams in week 10. This season I love you, Duke, but you're not going to be a top 15 team. I'm sorry.
He will be good. I think he'll probably find himself sliding into that 25 to 40 range again.
Yeah, I do think he'll make the NIT, just because I think the Moo division is going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
If he even goes 6-6, he's probably making the NIT, just because that division looks.
H-Man brings up a great point. How is UIW going undefeated when I'm going undefeated? That's a good point.
The answer is the same way. The answer is the same way I beat you by 3 touchdowns last season.
Yeah,
the CAA South is going to be brutal too. Is it though? Is it
really?
Is it? The CAA says they're going to be brutal every season.
Never happened. Last season they were a whole different kind of brutal. So
yeah.
CAA South did go 5-1 this week.
They did. They
played some average teams. I mean, let's see. William and Mary beat EKU. I mean, literally the only good thing about EKU is
the meme.
So, James Madison beat Valpo. Valpo just straight up sucks, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, Valpo sucks. Who's coaching that? Who's coaching that team again?
I mean, I assume Valpo is going to be in the 50 to 60 range again this season, so it's not like a bad win.
Delaware State beat Harvard. Harvard's in the Ivy League. They're a bunch of nerds. They don't play football. Delaware played South Dakota. Is Dan in chat? Not even worth taking the time to trash them. VMI played Northern Iowa. That's probably the best win of the bunch, honestly.
Well, that's against Jakester, who historically is an average coach, I'd say.
Average coach.
Last year, he was below 500 in the DIC. He ain't that good.
Ouch.
Hey! It's. I mean, he was decent as the coach of North Dakota State.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he was decent. You just gotta.
He's got those wonderful commands too.
He does have those wonderful.
That is my favorite Jakester thing. So it's probably my favorite Missouri Valley thing.
He may not be the number one coach,
redeeming quality of that conference. So.
He may not be the number one coach, but God, is he the number one command?
Man, that's command so good.
H-Man says VMI owner of the worst color scheme in college football. Do we agree?
I agree.
Really?
I agree.
I don't know.
How is yellow, red, and white awful?
Not that bad. I typed VMI uniforms and got
It's the particular shade that they chose for every single color.
No, dude, I kind of like those unis. Those are great. I would 100% wear one of those.
I'm now trying to think of bad color schemes.
Yeah, you know what? Screw this podcast. We're just going to talk about bad color schemes the rest of the time.
Okay, we can have a uniform segment.
UC Davis.
That uniform segment begins right now.
UC Davis's uniforms are kind of trash. That's true.
UC Davis has a bad color scheme.
No, you know what? No, Cal Poly.
No, Cal Poly's great. Get out of here with that.
Dude, the weird shade of green with the gold.
Yeah,
I don't like it. It's weird.
No, it's great.
It looks gross. With
No
that being
comment.
said, as I'm kind of personally biased against black and red color schemes, so every single black and red team is automatically thrown into this category for me, including myself.
Yeah, fair enough.
You don't like the Davidson?
Google
you don't like Davidson
has
color
ceased
scheme?
to work. That's great.
You know, Davidson I think works a bit.
But Davidson's different because they're primary black.
Well, hold up.
It's like primary black with like a secondary red.
Wyoming is the worst color scheme. Get out of our podcast. You're not welcome anymore.
No,
Wyoming,
you know what?
Uniform.
I can
Get out of here with that.
I can.
Nope. Gone.
If Wyoming changed their brown to gray, then I think it would look better and also fit better.
The brown is so good.
As it stands, I just don't like brown as a uniform color.
Norfolk State has an okay scheme,
good.
but an awful logo.
Actually, let's look at Morgan State because Morgan State kind of catches my eye as being possibly atrocious.
I don't like Texas Southern.
Yeah, Texas Southerns aren't great.
I hate.
Hey Cooper, do you have something against historically black colleges?
I hate the gray. I hate the gray. It's
after looking at it, Morgan State is gross.
Yeah, gotta agree with that.
Sorry, Matt, but Delaware State's color scheme it clashes. It clashes.
The red turquoise thing is not it.
we have completely gone off the rails.
No, this is our off-topic segment.
I mean, at the very least, this is still more on topic than we got at the end of the last podcast.
Right, Delaware State uniforms are bad. I do kind of like Delaware uniforms. Though.
You know what? I'm simultaneously both love and hate Florida A&M colors. Florida A&M's uniforms are just weird. I don't know if I love them or not.
I think some really pretty ones are really pretty color schemes. Southern has a great color scheme, as well as Long Island, because it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
kind of. I love the light blue.
You know what?
I love most purple teams. Purple teams.
Never mind.
Yeah, Albany uniforms. Albany uniforms are so good.
Never mind. I remember the
purple
color
and
scheme
yellow?
I hate the most. I remember the one I hate the most.
Who do you hate the most?
Without question, my least favorite color scheme is Mississippi Valley State.
Oh man, no! But the logo, I love
the logo. I also really hate.
What? I like the logo.
I think it's an awful logo.
I think the logo.
It looks like the logo for a tattoo shop.
It's so different. That's the thing.
It would be a good tattoo shop logo.
That's what I like it because it's so different.
Yeah, I agree, Charlton. The logo is good. It's not a sports team.
Yeah,
logo. That is a tattoo shop.
It does look very much like a tattoo shop. I think a beautiful logo is UTRGV. I think their logo and color scheme are gorgeous.
Yeah, UTRGV.
Shameless plug for my university here. Montana State has solid uniforms too.
Montana State is solid. They have solid colors.
It's a good color scheme. It's not too over the top. The blue and gold mesh nicely. I mean, look at that uniform.
That's good.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Navy.
I wish we would put the Bobcat logo on our helmets, not the M though.
I think the muted gold goes really well.
It reminds me of Navy in a very good way. I like the stripe on the shoulders. I think that's a very good touch.
Yeah. But I mean, you can't say this logo these logos aren't amazing.
Oh,
those are
amazing
logo. That because they use the V, and a lot of stuff, and then that's kind of and then the cowboy is like the secondary.
Yeah.
It's really good.
What were the rest of our planned segments?
I think we have to talk about like our top 5, top 10.
I don't think we need to go too much farther. But looking forward into next week, there's a few big games that we should probably touch on really quick. Obviously, our game day this week is Western Illinois Jackson State. That's going to be a thrilling game between Z-Man and his whole DC.
No. We're going back. What on earth did you just post? What on earth did you post?
Miami.
I see y'all found the picture I shared.
I love how this up just says Miami. That's a Miami thing.
That's so atrocious.
That's something Miami would do. No, it's not actually Miami.
It's gotta be Photoshop, right?
Miami.
No, it's not actually Miami.
It's not the University of Miami. It's just a youth football team near Miami.
Man, it feels like something the university would do, though.
I mean, honestly, it looks like it was designed by the 12-year-olds on the team.
Yeah, that's pretty much correct.
Well, like you know, in NBA 2K, there's like the horrible trend of like the really pixelated camo.
Oh
That's
yeah, the digital camo. Oh
yeah, I hate that.
Camo
that's exactly what it looks like.
All right, we should wrap this up relatively soon, though. So, quick check on next week.
I refuse to wrap myself up.
Well, that's fair. Western Illinois and Jackson State. That's a big game.
Mm-hmm.
Eastern Washington Sacred Heart's a big game, except that Plaque's going to win by 35.
Oof.
Don't do that. Do not jinx him.
I mean, here's the thing. Naki is going to go 7-5, but he also is going to get a win over a top 10 team somewhere.
He does it. Naki does this every single year. Like he blows the door off one really good team.
Yeah, every single year.
He destroyed Chase last year.
That's true.
He destroyed Chase last year. So if he's going to get a win against one really good team, what's Sacred Heart's other?
That's a question.
I mean, they don't play New Hampshire, so that's out the window.
Butler and Villanova are their other two games. Butler's not
Villanova.
It's going
to be Villanova.
Yeah,
sorry, Villanova. Edge. Sorry, Edge. You're losing weekend.
Yeah, it's totally going to be Nova.
Speaking of Villanova, they play Brown this week. That's a pretty big game. Both 0-1, but both relatively solid teams.
If Villanova beats Brown, then all of a sudden Brown returning to the playoffs is already deeply in question.
Yeah. Especially because
whoa.
You could see another 4-4 week out of the Ivy League, quite frankly, or maybe worse.
If another 4 or worse week happens, then the Ivy is in trouble.
Because Yale's got Georgetown, and I honestly think Noda probably takes that game.
Who's Yale now? It's Alex, right?
It's Alex again.
Yeah, it's Alex.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good coach.
But remember, Villanova did start 0-3 and won the rest of their games. So
yeah, but here's the thing, though, is that while Villanova in part did that because Edge has a very calculated play style that has a lot of preparation and a lot of effort put into it. Josh just plays whatever the hell he wants, which typically isn't a good strategy for winning a lot of games in a row.
That's true.
I played Josh last year, and Josh is when he's ahead, it's like really hard. It's really hard to beat him, I think.
I mean, he is the I assume if you're scouting, he is one of the worst people you could ever play.
I don't know. He beat Jox twice, didn't he? And
yeah.
So it's Josh is kind of a wild card.
Yeah. Well, like as far as like teams that are just the bane of Scouters' existence, there's Brown, there's UIW, and that's it. Those teams are just monsters for scouting.
Yeah. I don't know. Who self scouts?
I do sometimes.
Do you self scout? You self scout Moofish, right?
I have done that exactly once.
Okay.
Now I will say,
and that wasn't even automatic. That was me in the game against Zand, manually going back into my inbox, looking at the last 2 times I played a number in that area, choosing the number that I think was the worst choice, and then adding 750. And
See,
that was how I won the game against Richmond.
Jock said she self scouts. I know Habes was big on self scouting. When he was coaching. Yeah.
Yeah. I will normally do a mix of scouting and self scouting. I did not do that against Moofish though, because I know he plays a little random, and if he's going on instinct, I don't want to see.
Oh yeah, no. For the most part, you shouldn't scout against me.
I specifically didn't want to seem calculated against Moofish, so I just threw numbers at the wall and hoped it worked.
Because that's the thing about me is that I am completely I have like 0 pattern on defense, but I have total pattern on offense. So scouting against me is kind of messy.
Yep.
I didn't scout the first half.
I just change my patterns at will. Because every single time I play offense, I have a pattern I'm going for. It's just that I change the at will whenever it's not working, and that's why I'm always so hard to pin down.
And the thing is, I know WIU, Z-Man. Z-Man said last season he picks like random. Sometimes he just closes his eyes. But I was able to. But everyone has a pattern. Everyone has a pattern, and I was able to get patterns off of Z-Man and play pretty well in the second half when I was scouting against him. So it's all just everyone has patterns. You just gotta find them.
Yep, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, just
other big game coming up this week though is Penn and Kennesaw State. That one could go either way, honestly.
It's gonna be a good one.
That'll be good. I'm kind of rooting for Kennesaw State because I want to see the A-Sun pick it up a little bit, but I also need Penn to be that really strong strength of schedule boost when I lose to them in week 5, so kind of 50-50 on it.
If Kennesaw State loses against Penn, I'm still not worried. I'm still not worried about Judge at all.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not worried because he's playing really tough out of conference this year.
Yeah, exactly.
He's he's playing. He was playing me originally week 5, but he's playing Brady now. So that'll be.
Okay, and then the Ivy could go 2-6 or 3-5 this week. Like the Ivy's opponents this week: Villanova, Kennesaw State, Alabama State, and Gardner Webb aren't much. Montana State and NCS is a good coach. Lafayette's probably a winnable game, and Georgetown. And Incarnate Word. That could easily be 2-6 or 3-5. Like,
I think it's going to be interesting to see what F-Man does. Because F-Man's coming in. He's talking that shit. He's talking that.
Who does F-Man got this week?
He's got
Northern Iowa.
Jakester. He's got Jakester.
Yeah, he could probably win that.
He could win it, but you never know with F-Man. F-Man's gonna win 4 games again this year.
Well, no, he won 3 last year.
He did win 3.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for Bo. last year. Both should have been.
Look.
Even higher.
I realize that Ham had a good season last year, but I'm still not convinced that he is a good coach either.
Yeah, it's.
Ham's a pretty decent coach. I mean,
hey, if Ham picks up a win against Charleston State, Ham's the greatest coach of all time.
Fair enough.
This week.
Honestly, I'm not even sure if it's necessarily F-Man getting better. If it's just Ham only loses the absolute most heartbreaking ways.
Yeah.
And losing to F-Man like that absolutely follows that pattern.
Right. I'm going to amend Jox's statement slightly and say Ham is a little better than okay, but F-Man beating an okay coach would still be an improvement. So maybe F-Man's getting better. That is far.
Do we have
because the thing is just like Ham?
I think that pretty much covers everything we wanted to cover. Do we want to just open this up?
Do we need to talk about the? Do we really need to talk about the top 5? Like I feel like it's.
Nah, it's a week. Who cares? Eastern Washington, New Hampshire, Penn, Incarnate Word, and somebody else. Okay, boom.
Yeah, somebody else. I don't know. Pello? Davidson.
There we go. Davidson.
Yeah, Davidson.
You cannot get a coach update because it's going to come out in less than 3 hours.
I have a question.
Yes.
I haven't done coaches poll this week.
Same. Same. Does Richmond have a double dipper?
Not 100% sure.
Did we get one? Okay, that's something we need to do.
We do. Yeah, we need to figure that
something
one
we need
out.
to do tonight.
Semi ASAP. I mean, worst comes to worst, we sub him out this week, and we'll work it from there.
Have Plaque sub for him.
Yeah. Right. Well, we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But do we want to take viewer questions and let this devolve into comedy again?
Oh yeah, let's do some viewer questions.
Viewer questions. Right. Type your questions in the general chat.
Viewers.
Close viewers. Matt is talking in general, but not in the podcast.
Do we want to have a discussion on Jox's top 5? I think it's pretty.
I mean, it's pretty much what we just said, except she's Norco.
It's a pretty solid.
Yeah, like it's.
We got Kirby. We got Kirby typing here. I think.
Oh my god!
Everyone's going to have the same top 6.
I think ranking UT Martin number 10 is genius. I think if I had done a coach's poll, I probably would have done roughly a number 10 UT Martin as well. I think it's great.
Wow, I've never wanted to die more than right now.
BRB gonna rank F-Man number 1. Do it.
UT Martin is like top 75 in coach elo, and you kind of have to go off of that a little bit.
No, he is like top 25 in coach elo.
No. Yeah, so yeah, rank him. Honestly,
he is
UT
really
Martin number
high.
5. UT Martin number 5.
Like, he is really high, I'm pretty
sure. Kirby asks, what coach that didn't make the playoffs last year will make them this year? UT Martin.
That's not a bad
That's actually kind of a legitimate answer.
That's a good choice.
Besides,
UT Martin is number 8 among active coaches.
Oh, real one. I'm gonna go with McNeese State. With Ivan.
Y'all are very sold on him, and I'm not yet.
Yeah, I feel like choosing former playoff coaches who just are taking a break is kind of cheating.
That's also fair.
Okay. Like no Pello, no Ivan, no Shake.
What? No Ivan, but
they're all playoff. They're all former playoff coaches.
Oh, that's
creative.
Then me. I never made the playoffs. I don't know. I could see.
Yeah, UT Martin is number 9. Oh, Matt, get out of my head! 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 Get out of my head!
Yeah. The SU man. That's something.
I'm pinning it.
No. We
no,
have,
hold on.
We have 50.
He missed
we have
the U. He missed the U.
Wait, what'd you unpin?
I unpinned a couple really like shitty ones.
Like?
Oh, I can't remember.
If you unpinned any of mine, I'm going to quit the podcast.
No, I think I asked Tenny, or like Baba, what can I unpin? Honestly, I could probably unpin FCS versus FBS matchups are set. Here's the lineup.
Yeah, that could probably go.
That can get unpinned.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, become a meme. Even Black doesn't even have a Pike doesn't even have a command, and he went 17-0.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but like commands are pretty much solely based just off of people being funny. It has nothing to do with being a good coach or anything.
Like F-Man saying separate can be equal if treated fairly.
That's a good pin. That's a good pin. Wait, hold on. Wait, is that gone? Oh no, it's not gone. Okay.
Yeah. I think the best example of a command happening naturally is Ham's command.
Yeah.
I'll prove all you Pussy wrong. I have no idea who I'm playing this week, but they're getting clapped. That's I think that's the most like I feel like that's like an example of like the perfect command on the
just
server.
Naturally happens and yep.
Montana, is that your stripper name? That's a good one.
That's fine.
If I went out, can I get my own meme? If you went out, you get your own golden emoji. That's what happens. You get your own special.
I mean, Eastern Washington didn't even get the golden emoji. Just got an emoji with a trophy photoshopped on it.
Like, it's listed image 01. Who put that in? Who didn't change the thing? Change
we need someone to Photoshop the Eastern Washington logo into the brown and gold like the other two championship teams.
It was Baba who uploaded the champ one, and it was image 01.
Well, too bad. I don't care. Change it to fit the other ones.
No.
Yep.
You have that power now.
No, I don't. I don't have any power.
There is
no power.
No idea what you're talking about.
I totally did not just change it to EWU champs.
No, you wouldn't do that.
I totally did not just do that.
I forgot the championship Stony Brook won too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to learn Photoshop just to make an actual Eastern Washington championship logo.
I'll make one now. I have paint.net. I can do it.
That's another one of my favorite commands right there.
The podcast has become a Cooper making a command logo.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
All right, I gotta get different shades of gold here. I have to download. All right, I'm opening it. I'm opening paint.net. I'll stream it.
This has become a paint.net podcast.
For smoother video, better text readability, custom. I'll go smoother video.
Yes, this is still the podcast, H-Man.
This is still the podcast.
This is still the podcast.
1080p, 60 frames a second. Look at paint.net.
Oh boy.
You're still recording, Josh? You better record my screen now.
Right. This includes FCS 360 right here. I think we can officially stop it there.
We have to watch